What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode, Tour Vlogs here, and today I have a sweet surprise for you guys. And so I finally made time today to catch up with David. His Corvette is actually really good looking, so I figured that, you know what, I'm gonna photograph his car because I like it. Oh, I can actually hear him coming right now. I see him right there. Definitely really sick. Oh, this is definitely sick, dude. If I was to get a Corvette, I'll definitely get a C5. I just like how everything just flows. Where the headlights are hidden. I'm a big fan of the flip-flop lights. That's what I like. How's it going, David?
Good. How's it been?
Been good?
For sure,
Man,
for sure.
It's been a minute since I've seen you, dude.
I know, it's been a while. It's been some years.
When I first met you, you were all into the Volkswagen and everything.
Yeah. I still got all the Volkswagens.
Yeah,
I still got all the Volkswagens. I'm still a Volkswagen guy, but I've always been an American muscle kind of guy, like since I was a kid. I traded my 86 IROC for this thing.
Oh, okay.
So that thing was cammed and everything. I always got pulled over in it. So it's just like, man, and once I cammed it and everything, there's just like no way you're gonna get away from that. So I traded a buddy. I got the car bone stock. It was a little bit farther gone than I had expected. But literally within a week, I found wheels. 2 weeks later, I found the rear quarters, bottom. And then yeah, the rest has just kind of been on an ongoing project. So it's been a fun car.
So what inspired you to go into the C5?
I had a C4, but I took the motor out to put it in the Camaro, but I've never really cared for these ever. One day I just thought about it. I was like, dude, I put like all my money and effort into power mods. I finally said, screw all that. Let's just go for looks on this build. I grew up not really caring about these cars, to be honest. The funny story.
I think a lot of cars that we own now, for example, like the Toyota Celica, I never really liked them. I thought they were ugly. And then until we got older and then we look back to it, it actually has a vibe, a culture to it. I believe that's probably what you felt when you saw this C5.
Oh yeah,
as you got older, it got more beautiful,
yeah,
right?
Definitely. As soon as I seen it, I was just like, dude, like, it's not the prettiest car, but once you start getting into cosmetics, you're like, man, this car can actually be something.
When I first saw your Corvette, what caught my eyes were the carbon fiber fenders and over fenders over here in the rear. What inspired you to do that? And was it pretty hard to install these, or?
Nah, thankfully the car all comes apart pretty much. So the quarters just come right off. Everything's just a couple bolts and they hold together. But that was super simple. That was like the easiest part of the car.
So it's not cut off?
Nope, they bolt right on. You just open the door. There's about 4 bolts here, I think, or 3, and then you know the rest are just held in by bolts, and you just undo them, pull them off, and put the new ones in, and you're good to go.
So it's not like other cars where you have to cut off the fenders.
Yeah, nah. This is super simple, man. This is as easy as it gets.
Yeah. It looks great. You know, it looks great.
Thank you. They're 18 stepped up to 19s. They're 19 by 12 in the rear, and they're 19 by 11s up front. To be honest, I don't even know what the offset is on these.
Did you have custom built, or you bought them?
I built them like that.
Oh, you built them?
Yeah, I'm the one that built them and put them together.
Okay.
So what had happened is when I originally got these as 18s in Bakersfield, 18s are too small for this car. So I had found a guy in Sacramento that was selling 19s, and I was just like, yo, dude, trade me barrels and lips, or inner barrels and lips. And so he's like, yeah, let's do it. So met up with them, swapped them out, and then I had to go a little smaller on the front because they were 19 by 12s in the front as well. So I had to drop an inch just to get it all to fit.
And these actually looks really good with the car. Honestly, I'm not really a fan of these wheel designs. Actually, whenever I see people buy it and they put on their Civics or Nissan 240SX, I'm like, damn, those wheels are very ugly, you know? But for your car, it actually works out really well. I think because it looks very muscle.
Yeah.
I think so. Even though it's JDM wheels, right?
Yeah,
but it's very muscle looking because of these spokes.
Yeah, the big spokes.
So that kind of throws off like Civics and 240s and other JDM cars. So this wheel actually fits in perfectly for the Corvette because it makes it look very muscle, you know?
Yeah.
Is this spoiler here made for the car, or?
No, yeah, it's made for the car. It's just an aftermarket piece you can buy. I had took it off my other C5 I had and just threw it on here before I sold the other one. So that's the reason why it's unpainted and hasn't really been taken care of.
How about the exhaust system? Is that aftermarket?
Yeah, it's an aftermarket exhaust. It's still got the cats and everything. It's Billy Boat exhaust, so it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, actually, when you drove up, I can hear you from the streets already.
That's what everyone says, man. You can't hear that from the inside of the car. It doesn't sound that loud. But everyone I hear is like, dude, I can hear you like blocks down the street. I'm like, oh, my bad.
Maybe the insulation is really good in this car.
I don't know, man. The insulation on these cars are hella creaky. Like, anybody that owns a C5 knows, like, all you hear is rattles and plastic all in this car. It sounds like it's gonna fall apart. I think the hardest part of this whole car was putting the bags in the front, because you got to clearance the control arms on the front. You got to shave them down enough to get the bags to clear when they inflate and deflate. I think that was the hardest part about all this. The rears were simple. You use upper control arms from the C6, so that was just bolt in, no problem. But yeah, I think running those front bags was like definitely the hardest.
Anything done to the interior, or
just seats? The previous owner, like I said, didn't take care of it the best, so we had to just, you know, work with what we had. The seats were gone; they were trash from day one. I think that was the first thing I actually swapped out were the seats. They're just super lazy. You sit in them, you roll around. Like I said, anybody that knows C5s, man, those seats, garbage.
It's torn.
Yeah, they're always beat, man. And like you hit a corner and you're going into that corner with the car, dude. Like you do not stay put. So those had to go.
Was it pretty hard to install the seat with the brackets?
That was custom made. No, that actually is pretty tricky. A lot of seats don't fit our cars, especially this one. These ones you got to really wedge in. The seat belt roller at the bottom is so tight in there, you don't really have adjustments to go front and back. You really got to pull to get it to go forward and back. But thankfully I'm the only one driving my car, so it didn't matter to me. I want to redo the entire interior. I want to do the door panels. I want to do like either suede on the dash and the door panels, or some type of, you know, some type of different material, because this material is really old, worn out.
It might start peeling off the...
Definitely, it's kind of lifting on the armrest here.
Oh yeah,
as you can see.
I think this is one of the major issues with the Corvettes, because every Corvette I see has this issue right here.
Yeah, big time. It just, I think everybody using it to get up, and they're just super worn, hanging in there.
Going back to the fender, what brand are these right here?
These are Corvette Creations. He's based out of here in California. I believe Modesto. But they take a long time to get here.
Because he makes it.
Yeah, so anybody that knows about getting these cars wide-bodied knows it's a hassle to go through and, you know, order fenders, because they're always out of stock. And when you do order them, they don't come for, I think I waited like over a year.
Wow.
Just to get the fronts. So that's why in earlier videos, you would always see the stock fenders and the wheels poking, because like it just took forever to get here. But that's a carbon fiber lip you can just buy. It's not too expensive. It's not too bad.
Not too bad. Okay. Pretty easy to install everything.
Yeah, everything just buttons up with a couple screws. It uses a lot of the factory locations to screw up, so you barely got to really re-drill holes to get any of this stuff to work.
It looks almost like an NSX in a way, RX-7 in a way.
Dude, this car is known to be the American RX-7. So,
RX-7 in a way.
So if you see any of these like this, that's probably one of the first comments you'll get is like, nice RX-7. And it's just like, I just think it's worth the money. I mean, if you have the money to buy one and you're thinking about getting into it, I mean, all around the car handles pretty good. They're cheap enough. I mean, if you want to do a drift build, you can do it. If you want to do stance, you can do it. If you want to keep it as muscly as you want, you can do it. It's got a bunch of different options, and the aftermarket options for it, there's plenty of them, so you can do whatever you want with these cars. I gotta shout out my boy Jarek. He's helped me when I first got the car. We detailed the car. Shout out to anybody that actually really gave me a hand on trying to figure out the bag setup. Anyone that, you know, posts and reshares my videos, shout out to you guys. I appreciate everything.
So where can people find your content on Instagram?
It'll be David with 2 I's and then the number 2 legit, both on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is just David Campos.
That was insane, David. Man, I wish we could really hear on the freeway, huh?
I know, man. I just give it. Like I said, whenever we meet up again, I'm sure we'll get some more good content.
Yeah, and definitely we'll go have to go get some pho.
Yeah,
you know?
hell yeah.
You know, go get some pho and do
Hell
some stuff. You know, I believe you will probably do really well if you keep working on it.
I'm trying.
And then take it to shows to you know, show your work.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, you make these VS wheels worked.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you.
And so yeah, so I appreciate it. And
Yeah, of course.
definitely next time, you know, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyways, thanks for watching the vlog, and I hope you guys like David's C5. And stay tuned. Tomorrow I'll be going to Ventura, California to photograph and also vlog on a Honda Civic Si. And stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching the video. Catch you guys next time.